Hello, good morning to everybody. So, today's session shall we discuss about removal of organic and inorganic dissolved substances. So, first of all, I will take upon removal of organic and dissolved inorganic substances. Today, shall we discuss about these points. First of all, I will going to take removal of organic substances in wastewater. Okay, it is the removal of dissolved organic matter from wastewater is one of the most important tasks to the engineer, because it is very difficult to remove from either it is simply wastewater or industrial wastewater. Okay, whatever it may be, it is our duty to remove the solids or organic solids, because where exactly we are going to discharge the wastewater into the natural stream, so automatically the dissolved organic substances should be immediately dissolved by the use of microorganisms. Utilized microorganisms, the organic matters will be oxidized by the oxidizing, it influence the deficiency of DO concentration, dissolved oxygen concentration, because for oxidizing it requires oxygen content in the wastewater or in the running stream, where exactly we are going to discharge the wastewater. So, from this ill effect, the deficiency will be takes place. Okay, first I will going to take up removal of organic matter. Usually these solids are oxidized rapidly by microorganisms, So, from this process, it is proven, the bacteriological or biological process, it is proven to remove these organic substances or matters. But only the concept is it takes more duration than other methods, because it takes minimum of 2 to 3 months. So, number of times I repeated, not only removal of organic or inorganic dissolved salts. You take any treatment process, either it may be in the municipal wastewater or industrial wastewater, whatever it may be, where exactly we are going to stick on to use of bacteriological or biological treatment process, it is a lengthy process when compared with the chemical process. So, where exactly without using chemicals, we can stick on to treat the wastewater using of bacteriological or biological methods. Where exactly we are stick on to use of chemical methods, it is a short method, but effect is more. But in bacteriological or biological treatment process, the process is lengthy, but effect is zero. Even though from where exactly we are going to use biological methods, easily we can reduce or we can remove the BOD also. Are you clear or not? Okay. So, other than these bacteriological or biological methods, some of the other methods can also be used. The following methods, I will going to list out one by one. Lagooning, Lagooning in oxidation. Second one, trickling filter. Trickling filter. Third one is activated sludge process. Next one is modified activated sludge process. High rate aerobic treatment. Next, spray irrigation. So these are all the different methods we can use it for removal of organic substances or matters. So first one is lagooning in oxidation pond. What it means, lagooning or oxidation pond? So it is biological method of process. It takes minimum of 60 days to oxidize or to remove the organic matter. Not only organic, including inorganic also. So in this method, only we have to make a trench or pit. It is 2 meter depth or 6 feet depth. Are you clear? Whatever the wastewater consisting of organic and dissolved inorganic materials, this can be filled in this pit. So by aerobically or anaerobically, with oxygen or without oxygen, the process takes place by the use of microorganisms. By the utilization of oxygen or without oxygen, the microorganisms actively participating. So simply we can technically speak all those things, but previously those who are coming from rural area, those peoples are well known, because knowingly or unknowingly, for example, I am staying in a rural area, whatever the wastewater I am the person generating from individual house, simply we discharge onto the land, it is not hygienic. To control the discharge of in front of house or on the road or neighboring our house, whatever it may, to avoid all those things, simply near to our house, we will going to make a one pit. And whatever the wastewater we are discharging in individual households, the wastewater will be collected in this pit. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are doing like this only, but actually, according to the scientific concept, it is simply what we call it as lagooning in oxidation pond. Naturally, without adding any chemicals, directly we can treat or we can remove the organic and inorganic substances by the use of microorganisms. Because if it is in open concept or open pit, by utilizing oxygen to remove all these organic and inorganic particles or substances. If it is, we are going to close this pit from allowing this wastewater, that is in anaerobic condition. I mean to say, without oxygen, there will be a microorganisms or takes place. Without oxygen, the process takes place. It is whatever it may be, either it is aerobic process or anaerobic process. These are all the process will be varying in biological treatment process, the temperature is the main. Due to the variation of temperature, the process duration will be varying. Are you clear or not? So, this is the major method. Second one, trickling filter. What do you mean by trickling filter? Trickling filter. This is one type of fixed growth system. The microbes remain fixed or attached to a surface, while the wastewater flows over the surface to provide contact with the organics. This is the process of trickling filter. In trickling filter, fixed growth system, it is a fixed growth system. The microbes remain fixed as attached to a surface of the trickling filter, while the wastewater flow over the surface to provide contact with the organics. Normally, the trickling filter which was constructing in circular, the dia of the trickling filter 60 feet, up to 60 feet. The depth is 3 to 4 feet. It is open to atmosphere. There is no closed. It is open to the atmosphere. Whatever the deficiency occur in the process, the oxygen should be sucked from the atmospheric free oxygen, and microbes are utilized that oxygen and organic materials for their food. Once they suck the oxygen and as well as organic compounds as a food materials, automatically the carbon dioxide will be releases. Hence, the dissolved oxygen content will be automatically comes down. After utilizing as a food, so gradually it sucks the oxygen from the atmosphere, so the DO, dissolved oxygen content will be gradually increases. This is the method we are going to use it in trickling filter. What do you mean by activated sludge process? Activated sludge process. So, activated sludge process, the basic concept is aeration and clarifier and recycled from the secondary clarifier. So, the activated sludge process, what it means? So where exactly we are going to take up the wastewater, either it municipal wastewater or industrial wastewater separately, or clubbed each other for the treatment process to remove the organic and inorganic substances. First, the concept is to supply the oxygen to the wastewater. Why? Because to improve the DO concentration in the wastewater. Where exactly we are going to improve the dissolved oxygen content in the wastewater, automatically the particles will be actively participated, and they, due to the gravitational force, they are settled at the bottom of the aeration tank. Some portion, not in all 100%, some portion will be settled at the bottom. So remaining rest of the wastewater should be send it to the clarifier, or simply what we call it as sedimentation tank. Primary clarifier or primary sedimentation tank. So in that primary clarifier, so in addition to that aeration tank, even in the primary clarifier also, we are going to supply the oxygen to remove the minute particles, minute size of the organic and inorganic substances or matter. Some portion can be removed in this primary clarifier also. Are you catch my point or not? So after treating from the primary clarifier, same remaining rest of the wastewater should be taken for same concept, that is one more time aeration tank. Are you clear or not? Are you got my point? Okay. After treating from the use of aeration tank and as well as primary clarifier or sedimentation tank, whatever the treated wastewater coming from the primary clarifier, same treated water should be again one more time send it to the aeration tank and secondary clarifier tank. That is nothing but recycling of wastewater. Once we treat it up to certain level, same wastewater should be taken for one more time for the treatment process. That is nothing but recycling, retreatment. Twice we are going to use for treating such type of wastewater. Then only easily we can remove organic and inorganic substances or matters. Okay. Next, modified of activated sludge process. What do you mean by modified? So in this activated sludge process, whatever the aeration tank we are going to implement to supply the oxygen to the wastewater from the bottom of the tank, sometimes it is insufficient. Are you clear? So even in the modified sludge process, we can allow the wastewater for more exposing to the atmosphere. For that purpose only, stepped aerator should be provided. Because in stepped aerators, the length of the aeration is more when compared with the what we call it as aeration tank. So step by step we are going to provide. What do you mean by stepped aerators? All of you knows, because already all of you studied in the last semester even in water treatment process engineering. So this is a modified method. So the length of the aeration tank will be more. So from this, once we allow the wastewater in the stepped aerators, it is more effectively sucking the oxygen from the atmosphere. It is much more helpful to improve the DO concentration and remove the organic and inorganic materials. Are you clear or not? Yes. Next. Next, one more I forgotten, anaerobic. Anaerobic digestion. Anaerobic digestion. What do you mean by anaerobic digestion? This is without oxygen. If it is in the closed system, you are going to treat the wastewater. Anaerobic digestion, it was in a closed container or closed vessel, we are going to treat it without oxygen. So from this anaerobic system also, we can remove the organic materials and as well as dissolved organic materials. Okay. And next, spray irrigation. What do you mean by spray irrigation? Whatever the wastewater consisting of this organic and dissolved inorganic substances in the wastewater, we are going to use for agricultural purpose. Instead of allowing or allow to flow the wastewater to the agricultural purpose, instead of that flowing, we can spread the wastewater to the agricultural purpose. Once we are going to provide this spraying, it is which was exposed to the atmosphere. It is very easy to suck or occupy the oxygen from the atmosphere. From this exposing, the oxygen content will be sucked and as well as the DO concentration will be increased. It is which was very useful to remove organic and inorganic substances. Are you clear or not? So, before speaking this spray irrigation, all of you already you know what do you mean by sewage sickness, what do you mean by sewage farming. In sewage farming, we are going to allow the wastewater onto the land for the concept of agricultural purpose. But in this spray irrigation means instead of allow the wastewater to flow for the agricultural purpose, we had to maintain a spring type which was exposed to the atmosphere. Of course, we are using for the agricultural purpose itself, but by exposing the wastewater, it is very easy to suck the oxygen from atmosphere. Okay? Okay. Next. How to remove the inorganic substances? Dissolved inorganic substances. The little attention has been given to the little attention has been given to the removal of dissolved materials from wastewater because minerals have been considered less polluting than organic matters. And suspended solids. However, regarding the causes and effects of pollution it is important to reduce the quality of certain type of inorganic matter. Inorganic matter like chloride, phosphate, nitrates and certain metals. This is the concept of removal of inorganic material. Little attention have been given to the removal of desired materials from wastewater because the minerals have been considered less polluting than organic matters and suspended solids. Are you clear or not? However, regarding the causes and effects of pollution, it is more important to reduce the quality of certain type of inorganic materials like chloride, phosphate, nitrogen and certain heavy metals. But when compared with the organic materials, the inorganic materials will not be cause more damage or more effects to the environment or more effects to the treatment unit. Okay. So, what are all the methods we have to adopt for removal of inorganic materials? The following are the methods: evaporation, method, electrodialysis, ion exchange, fourth one Holge, fifth one reverse osmosis, and miscellaneous method. So, what are all these methods are much more useful to remove inorganic substances? Yes. Evaporation. What do you mean by evaporation? This is the process. Process of boiling wastewater. The boiling should be maintained and evaporizing the water content and rest of the things after evaporation, after boiling, remaining substances should be inorganic in nature. Easily we can remove from this evaporation method. What do you mean by electrodialysis? It means the solute by means of their unequal diffusion, the solute unequal diffusion through membranes. It is more useful to removing pure solution for reuse of manufacturing process from this dialysis. We can reuse the membranes solutions, we can reduce these inorganic substances by the electrolysis. What do you mean by ion exchange process? Whether it is, what do you mean by ion exchange process? Ion exchange process ion exchange process, exchange of cation and anion, cation and anion of the wastewater for the both sodium hydroxide and natural and as well as artificial method. Natural and as well as artificial method. It is quite commonly used, referred as a zeolite process. Zeolite process. In ion exchange, the cation and anion. So, these are all the exchange process in ion exchange. The name itself indicate ion exchange, cation and anion. Both the ions can be exchanged naturally or artificially. So, we can reduce the inorganic substance. Simply we can call it as, the process will be called as zeolite process. So, already you are studying in even a water treatment process also, even in the last semesters. That is nothing but zeolite process. Next, what do you mean by Hall-Gay? What do you mean by Hall-Gay? How it is useful? How it is useful? The use of algae are growing in a wastewater, it is proven to remove the inorganic substances or matters. Although sedimentation and filtration units to remove the phosphorus, the algae actively growing in the ponds caused to reduce about 42% of the phosphate content. So, the algae can be grown in filtration unit, in sedimentation process, it can be proved to be removal of 42% phosphorus. Which was proven to use or grown the algae in a treatment process. I mean to say in biological process method or biological treatment process. So, next is reverse osmosis. What do you mean by reverse osmosis? It is the process of separating relatively pure water or some of solvent from the solution. The solution is passed over the surface of a specific semi-permeable membrane. We can bifurcate the inorganic matters and pure water from the wastewater. We can bifurcate by the use of reverse osmosis. Even this process also we are studying in the water treatment process. I mean to say even in the last semester subject. What do you mean by remaining? Last one, miscellaneous treatment process. What are the miscellaneous? Coagulation by the coagulation by the coagulation has been used to remove some dissolved inorganic substances. Other than this process, the miscellaneous process from this to reduce or to remove the inorganic materials or substances, the coagulation means we have to use some chemicals to remove the inorganic materials or matter. Second one is use of coagulants. Second one, chemical oxidation. Oxidation consists addition of chemicals like chlorine or ozone is used. In next, second one, miscellaneous, the chemical oxidation. Oxidation can be taken in different manner. So even in the organic removals, organic matter or solid removals, by biological process, there will be oxidation process takes place by the utilization from the microorganisms, utilization of oxygen or dissolved oxygen. Either it may be aerobic process, either it may be anaerobic process. That is also lagooning and oxidation. But even in this miscellaneous treatment methods, to remove the inorganic materials, we have to use chlorine and ozone. It is much more effective methods to remove even BOD also. It was proven already, which was reduce the BOD concentration. It is more effective to remove the BOD, biochemical oxygen demand. Where exactly we are going to analyze the dissolved oxygen content from the wastewater. So if the DO concentration will be in all industrial, normally most of the industry is generating zero value of dissolved oxygen content, having the zero value in the wastewater, because normally all industrial wastewater will be acidic in nature, rarely in alkaline type of waste. Where exactly we are going to discharge into the natural stream or water, the DO initially at the moment itself, the DO concentration will be reduced in the natural stream or natural water. So gradually, simply we can call it as oxygenated water. So gradually it can utilize the atmospheric oxygen. So gradually it can improve to maintain the natural streams, maintain the dissolved oxygen content, that is reoxygenation. So that thing all of you know from the oxygen sac curve. So already I 2 to 3 times I explained the oxygen sac curve. From that easily you can know the concept of this deoxygenation or reoxygenation in the water body, where exactly we are going to discharge the wastewater. Any type of wastewater which was collected or discharged into the natural stream. Any industrial wastewater can be discharged into the or onto the stream or natural water body. Okay. So these are all the different types of methods or different methods to use for removal of organic and inorganic substances or dissolved oxygen or organic and inorganic matters or substances. Next, I will going to take upon removal of colloidal solids. Okay. I will going to stop at this level. Even in the next class, I will going to take up removal of colloidal solids. Okay. So take care up to that. So next class I will going to take up the removal of colloidal solids.